Hey Nate, I saw your tweet yesterday. You doing okay? All right, we got to talk about that tweet. Yes. Funny enough, man, I've gotten to take a lot of credit for that tweet. Uh that was actually a suggestion from one of the social media managers at 100 Thieves. He was like, "Yo, we got to take this photo. Have you seen the meme of that guy pointing the gun to his head even though it looks like a normal selfie, but when you look it's in the mirror?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, that's such a good idea. Let's do it." So we end up taking the photo, and this is actually kind of a funny story too, because we take this photo, and it was the day that we were actually shooting the promo and all the marketing assets for the 100 Thieves Nadeshot Adidas sneaker. And so we took this photo in the morning, and when we were getting ready to finally approve it so that they could use it at the right time, whether that was a couple weeks from now or a couple months from now, we just wanted to make sure that we all agreed on the image because 100 Thieves was going to tweet it out. And all the Adidas folks obviously were in the building later that day, and it dawned upon us that I was wearing the Adidas quarter zip that was a part of that release as well. And we're like, holy shit, there's no way we can get away with tweeting this photo with the Adidas like triple stripes in there anyways. So we end up looking at this photo, and brother, we've got like 3 or 4 heads in the kitchen of the 100 Thieves compound, and we're dying, bro. We're laughing. And then all of a sudden, all of like the Adidas employees come around the corner and they just see us laughing and they're trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. And we're like, wait, hold on. We can't show them this at all. But we just spent like the entire day like hanging out, bonding. Production shoots are pretty fun because, everybody's kind of stuck there with each other no matter what. So we were sitting there in a room in the compound together for like 8 hours, and we feel like we had kind of gotten closer with the Adidas employees. So we're like, yo, we're going to show this to you, but we promise you we're not going to have an Adidas logo in this. But you guys got to understand that this is just for humor. This is supposed to be funny. We're probably going to tweet this at some point. So we just don't want you guys to be surprised. And, I'm not going to say what Adidas thought about it just because I don't want them to be in the crossfire of this at all, high or low, funny or bad. But it was pretty funny just how this whole meme came together. So shout out Thwackify. Shout out Thwack at 100 Thieves social media. That was a good idea. And I've had that photo sitting in my camera roll for like 6 months, bro. To be honest with you, I kind of forgot about it. And then when we reached the end of our rope, so to speak, and lost the crew yesterday, it popped into my head. I'm like, yo, this is perfect. We got to tweet it out. And, what's funny is that you can't even tell that it was photoshopped and the triple stripes were taken out of it. But yeah, I mean, yo, listen, a lot of people were talking about trigger discipline, and I kind of agree with them. Even though it's a fake gun, it's actually like a replica of the 100 Thieves Classic from Inside Valorant, the VCT bundle. It's kind of hard to tell from the photo. So I probably should, even though it's like a fake plastic gun, I probably should have practiced proper trigger discipline. But you know what? Look, I totally understand folks that might think that this could be something that somebody sees and then they think to themselves, "Oh, if Nadeshot's going to do it, I'll do it too." I I think that was kind of like a weird part of era of the internet where, look, man, like the early 2000s and like the 2010s were fucking brutal on the internet. Everybody was still being like completely unfiltered. It was like a very volatile place. And then this era of like virtue signaling and canceling each other and really like poking at people and saying, yo, you're not acting right. You're not acting like a good person. You need to act different. We need to get you right. We're going to cancel you. I think that's kind of like people are just tired of like clouding their feeds and clogging their feeds up with like just that's not who we are. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, we don't want to act like fucking barbarians on the timeline and be, just saying the worst things that come to mind and the terrible things that rattle around in human beings' minds throughout the day. But I definitely don't think something like this is actually that far over the line where it's a cancelable offense. It's humor, man. It's dark humor for sure, but it's humor. And I think we're kind of getting back to that a little bit on the internet, which I think is it's refreshing, brother. I definitely wouldn't call it a W, but definitely not cancelable at all. See, I could take that's a rational take. Like I get that. Some people are gonna think about it more aggressively than others and take it more seriously than others, but I'll take a reasonable response like that any day of the week.